All right, here is a review problem for your assessment today. It will require us to generate a pattern using a table, to generate some ordered pairs, to graph those ordered pairs, and to solve a problem using those ordered pairs. So it's a lot of stuff all in one problem, but if we take it piece by piece, chunk by chunk, we got this. All right, here we go. There are 12 face cards and 4 aces in a standard deck of cards. Let's first start out with what are face cards and what are aces. If you've ever used a deck of cards, the face cards are the ones with faces. A jack, a queen, or a king. An ace is the one with an A on it. So there are 12 face cards and 4 aces in a standard deck of cards. I just wanted you to be able to picture that. Our first task, and there are 3 tasks within this problem, our first task is to complete a table to show how many face cards and aces in all are in different number of card decks. Use the rule add 12 and add 4. As you can see, I have started a table here, but we have a lot to fill in this table. First, we're going to fill in the decks. We have to do this by number of decks. That's easy. The first deck, the second deck, the third deck, the fourth deck, the fifth deck, the sixth deck, the seventh deck. Now, this first column is going to be our face cards. There are 12 face cards in each deck. So we are going to use, there are 12 face cards. Those are face cards, so we're going to use the rule add 12. And those are our face cards. This third column is going to be our aces. We are going to use the rule add 4 for our aces. Add 4 is our aces because there are 4 aces in a deck. And I have an extra column over here. This will be for our ordered pairs eventually, but that's actually in part B of this task. So we're not going to worry about that column right now. Okay. Now, in the first deck, how many face cards are there? Again, we're looking at the red here. So what red rule are we following? We're following add 12. So in that first one, there's going to be 12 face cards. In deck 2, there's going to be 12 more face cards. So 12 plus 12 is 24. Then we had 24 face cards in 2 decks. And then we're going to get 12 more in deck 3. So how many will we have in deck 3? 24 plus 12 is 36. Now we're on to our 4th deck. We had 36 face cards. Now we are on to deck 4 with 12 more face cards. 36 plus 12 is 48. Then we're on to deck 5. Deck 5 has 12 more face cards. 48 plus 12 is 60. Then deck 6. Deck 6 has 12 more face cards, so 60 plus 12 is 72. And last but not least, our 7th deck of cards. We are at 72 face cards plus 12 more, because we're following the rule add 12. 72 add 12 is 84. Very good. That was the hard rule, add 12. Now we have a much more simple rule of add 4 to follow to get the aces. So in the first deck, there are going to be how many aces? You got it, 4 aces. In the second deck, there are going to be 4 more aces. So we're going to follow the rule add 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8. Then in the third deck, we are going to add 4 more aces. So 8 plus 4 is 12. In the fourth deck, we're going to follow that same rule, add 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. In the fifth deck, we're going to follow that same rule, add 4. 16 plus 4 is 20. Follow that same rule right down. 20 plus 4 is 24. And last but not least, 24 plus 4 is 28. I want to point out to you that you can also, even though the rule is add 12 and add 4, we have a pattern here. We have 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 7 times 4 is 28. So you could have done that as well. So we have generated our pattern. We have completed the table to show how many face cards and aces in all are in different number of card decks. We have used the rule add 12 and add 4. We have done that part successfully. Now, let's look at part B. Use the total number of face cards and aces to form ordered pairs. Graph and label the ordered pairs here. Oh my. So we have to think back to topic 14 when we did coordinate planes. Do we remember coordinate planes where it looked like this? I really hope so, because we're going to be using it in this topic assessment. If not, I'm glad you're watching this video, because here's a review. Alright, so that is what this last column is for. This is where we are going to put our ordered pairs. Okay, so as it said in this bullet point, we are going to use the total number of face cards and the total number of aces to form ordered pairs. So this first ordered pair would be 12, 4. The second ordered pair would be 24, 8. The third ordered pair would be 36, 12. As you can see, the face card is my X coordinate and my aces are my Y coordinate. How did I know that? I looked over here and I saw a number of face cards on my X axis and I saw a number of aces on my Y axis. So I made sure that my number of face cards were my X coordinate and my number of aces were my Y coordinate. My fourth ordered pair is going to be 48, 16. And my fifth ordered pair is going to be 60, 20. And we are only going to graph those first 5 ordered pairs. Okay, bear with me because graphing ordered pairs on this platform is going to be a little bit difficult. Alright, the first one that we are going to graph is 12, 4. So we are going to go over 12 and up 4. As I said, we're going to go over 12 and up 4. If you notice on the bottom here, we have 10 and 20. So we have to find 12 in between 10 and 20, which are labeled. Right in between 10 and 20 would be 15. So 12 would be a little bit closer to 10 in between on in between 10 and 15. So as you can see, 12 would be about right here, and then we would go up to 4 and graph our ordered pair. So there's our first ordered pair. On yours, you will have to label it. On your assessment, you will have to label it. Our next one is 24, 8. So again, we're going to go over here, and we're going to find 24, and we're going to go up to 8. Again, we're in between 20 and 30. Directly in the middle of 20 and 30 would be 25, but we're looking for 24, so we're going to go just a hair less than 25, and then we're going to go up to 8. And there's that ordered pair. The next ordered pair is 36, 12. So again, we're going to go in between 30 and 40. Directly in between 30 and 40 would be 35, but we're looking for 36, so we're going to go just a hair above 35 and whoop, our way up to 12. And right there is 36, 12. You would continue doing this for all of those face cards, all of those ordered pairs. You would continue doing that for all of those ordered pairs. Remember, for your X coordinate, that's how many you go over, and for your Y coordinate, that's how many you go up. I'll say that again. For your X coordinate, the first number, that's how many you go over, and your Y coordinate, your second number, that's how many you go up. And finally, guys, we're almost there. We're almost there. We are on part C. What would the ordered pair 84, 28 represent? We generated this table all the way to 84, 28. Your test might not require you to generate it all the way to there. If it doesn't require you to generate it all the way to that point, I suggest that you go back to that table and you generate it until it gets to that point. So we generated our pattern all the way until 84, 28. And we can see that it represents how many decks of cards? It represents how many decks of cards? 7 decks of cards. So we would answer that question by saying the ordered pair 84, 28 represents 7 decks of cards. Again, the ordered pair 84, 28 represents 7 decks of cards, and you can see that right there in your table. Oh my, what happened? Control Z. Represents 7 decks of cards. So as you can see, we did all 3 parts here. We generated a table, we did ordered pairs and we graphed them, and we also answered a question based on all of that work. Hopefully you guys are successful on your assessment. Good luck. Try your best.